Today, I'll be walking you through the 2014 action, mystery, thriller, crime film A Walk Among the Tombstones. Warning: spoilers ahead, so read carefully. A deadly encounter. The story begins in New York City, 1991. Detective Matt Scudder is riding with his partner before stepping into a bar where police officers never pay for drinks. The bartender places 2 shots and a cup of coffee in front of him. Suddenly, 2 armed thugs burst in and demand money. When the bartender refuses, they shoot him in the chest. Matt immediately draws his weapon, fires, and chases them outside. He kills one on the street. The other 2 flee in a car, but Matt shoots the driver, sending the vehicle crashing. The final man runs, only to be hit in the thigh and finished off when Matt pursues him down a stairwell. Credits. A sinister glimpse. During the opening credits, we see a horrifying scene. A woman lies on her back, her eyes wide with fear, tape sealed across her mouth. A man leans down to kiss her cheek, while another figure lingers beside him. A single tear escapes her eye, hinting at the brutality to come 8 years later. Matt, now sober after years of alcoholism, is in a diner preparing for a meal. A junkie named Peter approaches, asking him to help his brother. At first, Matt brushes him off, but eventually follows him home, where he meets Peter's brother, Kenny Cristo. Kenny knows Matt has a reputation as an unlicensed private investigator. He offers him $20,000 to track down the men who kidnapped his wife, Carrie, and murdered her, even though he had already paid the ransom. Realizing Kenny is a drug dealer, Matt initially refuses. Later, he finds Kenny waiting outside his apartment. Kenny insists he truly loved his wife, giving her name, Carrie, to show his sincerity. Through a flashback, we see what happened. Kenny received a call demanding $500,000. When he tried bargaining down to $400,000, the kidnapper threatened to send him one of Carrie's breasts. Terrified, Kenny obeyed, dropped the money where instructed, and waited for her return. She never came. Instead, he was told to check the trunk of an abandoned car in Red Hook, where he discovered bags stuffed with her remains. One bag contained a tape recorder. After Kenny leaves, Matt listens to the tape. Carrie's desperate screams and the sounds of her torment fill the room. That recording pushes Matt to take the case. Tracing the killers in Red Hook, Matt asks around. Witnesses recall seeing a van with 2 men near where Carrie vanished, though each remembers a different logo painted on its side. Matt realizes the kidnappers constantly repaint their vehicle at the library. He researches similar murders and finds reports on Marie Gottskind and Layla Anderson. A sharp young street kid named TJ notices his research and joins in. Together, they uncover grisly details. Marie's severed leg had been dumped in a florist's trash, while more bags filled with body parts were recovered from a cemetery pond. Matt later rewards TJ with pancakes at the diner. Meeting Jonas. Dark revelations. Matt visits Jonas Lugan, the cemetery caretaker who found the bags. Jonas is visibly shaken, still traumatized by what he discovered. Later, Matt meets Layla's fiancé, Ruben. Ruben explains that he was supposed to meet her at a cafe, but instead witnessed her being forced into a van by 2 men and an accomplice. Matt suspects Ruben himself may also be tied to drugs. Looking out Ruben's window, Matt notices bird cages on the rooftop of a nearby building. Investigating, he discovers Jonas's rooftop shed, containing pages of a manuscript and explicit photographs of Ruben and Layla together. Jonas catches him snooping and pulls a knife, but Matt convinces him to drop it. Jonas then confesses. He was the driver during Layla's abduction. Claiming he wanted to protect her from drugs, he joined the kidnappers in taking her away. But once at the hideout, Jonas saw the sadistic leader cut open Layla's blouse and taunt her about which breast she preferred before mutilating her. Horrified, Jonas fled. Before jumping from the roof to his death, he feeds his birds and gives Matt one crucial name: Ray. The killers revealed. We finally meet the culprits, Ray and Albert. In their home, they casually read about Y2K paranoia. Later, while driving, they pass the house of another trafficker, Yuri Landau. Outside, Yuri's 14-year-old daughter Ludmila, nicknamed Lucia, walks her dog. She waves cheerfully at them, not realizing their sinister gaze. Ray becomes instantly obsessed. The pattern of victims. Matt continues investigating, asking a store owner about Marie Gottskind. Gradually, he connects the dots. All the victims were women linked to drug dealers. The killers deliberately prey on women whose loved ones cannot go to the police. TJ sticks by Matt's side, eager to help despite Matt's warnings. Together, they dig up more articles and details, forming a clearer picture of the killer's methods. Meanwhile, Ray and Albert obsessively stalk Lucia, monitoring her daily routines and planning her abduction. Matt warns Yuri about the danger, urging him to protect his daughter. Yuri dismisses him at first, but grows uneasy as evidence mounts that Lucia is kidnapping despite precautions. Ray and Albert abduct Lucia while she's out walking. Shortly after, Yuri receives their call, a ransom demand, delivered with cold precision. Desperate, Yuri turns to Matt. Kenny Cristo also joins, still enraged over Carrie's death. Though reluctant, Matt allows Kenny to help, but warns him against reckless action. The exchange in the cemetery following the kidnapper's instructions. Matt and the others move through deserted streets at night. The criminals call repeatedly, changing locations, building tension. Kenny nearly sabotages things when he shouts angrily, demanding proof that Lucia is alive. The kidnappers threaten to kill her on the spot, but Matt steadies the situation. The trail finally leads to a cemetery, where rain begins to fall. Among the tombstones, the confrontation unfolds. Final confrontation. Ray and Albert appear, armed and confident. The fierce shootout breaks out. Matt kills Albert after a tense exchange of gunfire between the graves. Facing Ray, Matt listens as the sadist gloats about their past crimes. Unmoved, Matt shoots him. Mortally wounded, Ray sneers to the end, but eventually collapses, dead. Lucia is rescued alive, traumatized but safe. Yuri, shaken and relieved, embraces her. Aftermath, a burden that remains though the case is closed. Matt finds little comfort. The murdered women cannot be brought back, but saving Lucia offers a glimmer of redemption. That TJ meets him again, eager to keep learning detective skills. Matt softens toward him but reminds him to stay in school and avoid the darker path. The film closes on Matt alone, carrying the heavy weight of his past, yet continuing his quiet pursuit of justice. Scarred but steadfast. That's A Walk Among the Tombstones, 2014.